You have to take a harder look at last year because all the success was really kind of fine.
The whole season, you mean?
Yeah.
No, not really. I mean, I have sometimes it can be a bad habit, I guess. I have a habit of not necessarily dwelling, but I certainly don't let the mistakes slide by or the negative things slide by that I do. I focus on that way more than things you do right, because it's so competitive that you can't really do very many things, if anything wrong, and still, win races, much less try to win a championship. So I don't think so. I mean, I think that we always take a good look at everything, whether it's good or bad, and I always try to improve that and keep marching forward in all those areas, and never, I think they do a really good job over there of not neglecting any area because they think they're really good in that area and just working in this area because they feel like they're behind in that. I think they do a really good job of taking an approach of trying to make everything better all the time and giving everything equal amount of attention, because you can't just look at one thing and say, oh man, we're off there, let's just work on that, and then neglect that because you'll just get past in that area too. So I feel good about the things we did this off season, and you never know until you get on a track and see how you stack up. But I feel like they've worked hard on all the areas.
Just decide that you just
well, I think that could change during the season. I mean, certainly right now you don't. I haven't really put a very small amount of thought into it, just because you got 26 weeks to get in. If you win a race, you're more than likely in. So really you're just going to go out and race the way you always race, try to prepare to win, try to call the race to win, try to drive to win, do all those things, and hopefully you get some wins, hopefully, before you get to that 26. But certainly I could see if you get down to the end, there's maybe a few things you might try to do a little different, but I haven't spent enough time thinking it all through. But honestly, there's probably not a lot of things, because I don't, other than Jimmy when he goes to Homestead more years than not and has that lead and all he has to do is finish 18th. So obviously he's not going out there trying to win. But other than that, I can't think of any examples where we went to the track and not tried to win. I mean, if you look at a lot of our wins last year, Jason made some gutsy calls and rolled the dice to put us up there and give us a chance to win. And I don't know why that would be any different, right now. I certainly can see some stuff, once you get in the chase, and whoever wins Chicago is going to the next round. So then maybe that's something to think about. Man, he's got a teammate out there, which I hope none of that happens. But man, I got a teammate out there, and the boss would like my team car to be in there too. And so I mean, I could see people talking and thinking about that, which I'm sure that'll get addressed. But until you get to that point, I don't think the strategy is any different. You go out and race as hard as you can. If you don't win, you still want to finish as high as you can every week. I mean, that's just a given. No matter what I race, you always want to put your best foot forward, whether there's purse money or not purse money, or points or not points. You still want to do the best you can. And more than likely, if you look at past history, there's going to be a few cars that are put in that didn't win a race. So you still want to finish the best you can in case you don't get that win, and so you have enough points to get in that way.